here we are. It's Saturday night in San Antonio, Texas.
Freezing cold.
Yeah, and we've got 3 books. Have you finished reading that, or are you currently reading that book?
I'm almost done with it. These are our first completed books of the year. So I don't know if I mentioned it in the last one or not, but welcome back to Book Bonfire. I am currently reading The Kitchen Readings, Untold Stories of Hunter S. Thompson by Michael Cleverly and Bob Browdis. So this is a great anecdotal book of different escapades that Hunter Thompson got into. And if you're a fan of Hunter S. Thompson, you know he got into a lot of escapades. And so this book has a lot of stuff that I hadn't heard before. It's got great pictures in it too. I mean they're black and white. I got the paperback version. I don't know if they were color in the hardcover, but it was just fun. Like look at this one, Misty. He was so happy he got a tractor, but you know, he drove it around and did inappropriate things with it, but he loved his tractor. He got a tractor.
There's a book I read once that talks about tractor sex. I won't get into that, but yeah, I like the idea of having a tractor and having land and just driving the tractor around. I like the idea of acreage without animals. No goats, no chickens, no cows, no horses, just land and a tractor.
You would have been right at home on the owl farm.
Did he have animals on his owl farm?
Just the peacocks.
The peacocks, okay.
There was his little log cabin there.
Beware, today the doctor, tomorrow you.
Yeah. Beware, reflecting Hunter's sense of persecution at the hands of the authorities. And he, you know, they just had a sense of things. Let's see, why did I mark this page? Anyway, this is just, it's a good, fun read. And if you're a fan of Hunter Thompson, you probably haven't heard these stories. I think Bob, of course, who was the sheriff there of Woody Creek, had many extra stories that he was probably saving, and somebody finally convinced him to write a book about it. Cleverly was a reporter, a real reporter who loved Hunter, and the two of them knew him for decades.
Does Johnny Depp make an appearance?
No, this is just about Cleverly and Browdis, two of Hunter's closest friends. And it really highlights what a strange and wonderful friend he was to them. Like, if you got into the inner circle of Hunter, there was nothing he wouldn't do for you. But by the same token, many times you can hear them say, like, they would get these strange calls at 3 or 4 in the morning, and he was freaking out. He needed some help. He expected you to be there for him at all hours as well. But that's just the kind of person he was and the kind of life he led. You know, he was up writing at all hours of the night. And one of the cool things that they say about his writing process was that he would type up these pages, and if you were around the house or visiting, he would give you the freshly typed pages. And in the kitchen, where he famously had his wonderful breakfasts and Bloody Marys and his Chivas Regal and his hash pipe, of course, he had to have that. And of course, his little thing of his little cocaine grinder. So he would do some coke, he would drink some Chivas, he would have a Bloody Mary, and he'd have his scrambled eggs and bacon. But if you were at the house when he was writing, if he had fresh pages, he'd take you into the kitchen and he'd make you read the pages aloud while he listened. It was one of his ways of editing. So that was really cool.
So he was codependent. He couldn't write on his own.
Of course he could, but I think he liked the company.
Yeah.
So The Kitchen Readings, The Untold Stories of Hunter S. Thompson by Michael Cleverly and Bob Browdis. That was my first book of 2026. How about you, Misty?
I don't know. I read The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion, and there was a book that I didn't like that I gave you to sell on eBay
I think it's this one right
No,
here.
one before that. It had the
yeah.
word whores in the title.
Oh, yeah.
Marquez, he's so celebrated, and people go on and on about him. But that's the problem. That book that I gave you to sell on eBay, and now this. I'm tired of reading about old men or older men and their erotic fascination with younger women. It's just gross and it's overdone. So the reason why I got Galveston by Nick Pizzolatto, can't stand that last name. I hate it. Pizzolatto. What the hell kind of last name is that?
It's pizza and lottery together.
But it's Pizzolato.
I say pizza lotto.
Anyway, I got this book because I just watched season 1 of True Detective with my son, and I became obsessed. And Pizzolato is the writer for True Detective, and people have gone on and on what a great writer he is. Yeah, the TV series is that season is very well written. And this book has good reviews at Amazon, but it's like I was telling Michael earlier, I'm going to stop relying on reviews at Amazon because they never get it right. I'm a very tough customer. I'm very critical. I've got weird taste, I guess. But I read this, and I'm giving it to Michael to sell on eBay. I never want to see this book again.
And it even says right there, from the True Detective.
From the creator, writer, and executive producer of the HBO crime series True Detective. The best Roman noir I've read in a decade. It's dark, brutal, sexy, sad, and filled with so much drop-dead gorgeous writing that I felt authentic envy while reading it. Dennis Lehane. Well, Dennis, I don't agree. I do not concur. I'll read an excerpt. Here we go. She stepped out the door, wrapped from chest to thighs in a white towel. Her slicked back hair isolated her face as though a spotlight trained on it. Hey, she said, I'm putting clothes on now. I just gotta get them. I'm not trying nothing. A sheepish tone in her voice irritated me. What's that supposed to mean? What? You trying to say there's something wrong with me because I don't want to fuck you? No. So this very poorly written female, and she's just a prop, 18 years old, and he talks about her ass and how her ass looks in panties and how she looks in a bikini, and I just, no thanks. And I got The Conspiracy Against the Human Race by Thomas Ligotti because they said, I read or I saw at YouTube that this inspired season 1 of True Detective. Thomas Ligotti's supernatural horror fiction is ranked among the most distinguished and disquieting in the genre. His first nonfiction book is no less estimable in exploring various domains to similarly disturbing effect. Drawing on philosophy, literature, neuroscience, and other fields of study, Ligotti takes the penetrating lens of his imagination and turns it on his audience, causing them to grapple with the brutal reality that they are living a meaningless nightmare. And there was a warning. If you're feeling suicidal or depressed, do not read this book. So I'm throwing caution to the wind, and I'm diving into this.
Have you started reading it yet?
I've not even started reading because I just finished that trash, the Galveston nonsense.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll find
was the Nick
Pizzolato. That's too many syllables, and none of them were good.
Okay.
No philosopher has ever satisfactorily answered the following question: why should there be something rather than nothing? It seems a fair enough question on its face, but that it should even be asked may seem to some of us inexplicable, even preposterous. What the question suggests is our uneasiness with something, and he has something capitalized. Alternatively, there is nothing troubling about nothing, capital N, because we cannot give it consideration. Something, on the other hand, allows or necessitates our experience of the uncanny, whether we are speaking of something that evolved naturally or was made by the digits and opposing thumbs of humanity, whether it is animate or inanimate, that something may become uncanny to us, a contravention of what we think should or should not be. Well, that's going to be a barrel full of damn monkeys.
So,
what are you going to read next?
I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to read next. Any thoughts?
Thus spoke Zarathustra and Nietzsche. Nietzsche, that guy, Matthew McConaughey's character, Russ Cole on True Detective, he keeps quoting Nietzsche and who's that other fucker?
It's been a while since I read Nietzsche.
Who's that other fucker? I can't think. My brain is just mashed potatoes at this point. I'm just discombobulated from the cold medication and the cold and all that's going on in the world, the swirling snowflakes of this crumbling dystopia.
So do put in your suggestions.
Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, yes. Jung, or Jung, as they would say in Texas, Carl Jung.
Is that Carl Jung? Let us know what you've read so far in 2026, what you plan to read, and if
was that too negative? Should we delete it? Was that too negative?
No. And,
okay.
Let us know if you have any experiences with these 3 books. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And reading suggestions are always considered. So thank you for listening.
End transmission.